Starmer apologizes to Epstein victims as he seeks to weather Mandelson scandal. PM says he is sorry for believing lies told by former Labor minister when he appointed him U.S. ambassador. Keir Starmer has apologized to victims of Jeffrey Epstein's sexual abuse as he sought to reboot his stuttering leadership after one of his most turbulent days in office. The Prime Minister said he was sorry for having believed what he said were lies told by Peter Mandelson at the time he appointed him as Washington ambassador, and for the public way the scandal had since played out. He did not apologize, however, for appointing Mandelson despite having known that he had maintained a relationship with Epstein even after he was jailed for trafficking a child for sex. The apology follows a stormy day in the Commons, where Labour MPs threatened to rebel over plans to publish documents regarding Mandelson's appointment following further revelations about his relationship with Epstein. The threat of defeat forced the government into another in a series of U-turns, as ministers agreed to allow a parliamentary committee to oversee the publication of the documents, rather than senior civil servants. But the day's events also dealt another blow to the Prime Minister's authority, with MPs increasingly calling for him to sack his Chief of Staff, Morgan McSweeney, or resign himself. He said on Thursday, "The victims of Epstein have lived with trauma that most of us could barely comprehend, and they have to relive it again and again. They have seen accountability delayed and too often denied to them. I want to say this. I am sorry for what was done to you, sorry that so many people with power failed, sorry for having believed Mandelson's lies and appointed him, and sorry that even now you're forced to watch this story unfold in public once again." Looking to reassert his reputation for probity in office, Starmer added, "I entered politics because I wanted to change our country for the better, to make it fairer, safer, more secure. I still believe that most people who serve in public life, whether as civil servants or elected politicians, do so for the same reason, because they believe in service, because they believe in duty, because they believe in the public food. But that is not why some people do it, and that is not why Mandelson did it." An incredible cell phone. In 1936, John Scott, son of the late Guardian owner and legendary editor C.P. Scott, did something unheard of for a media heir. He gave up his stake for the greater good. After inheriting the newspaper, Scott renounced all financial benefit, bar his salary, in The Guardian, worth £1 million at the time and around £62 million today, and passed ownership over to the newly formed Scott Trust. The trust would evolve to have one key mission: to secure the financial and editorial independence of The Guardian in perpetuity. That means The Guardian can't be bought. Not by private equity, not by a conglomerate, and definitely not by a billionaire looking for a political mouthpiece. Our independence means we can say what we want, report on who we want, challenge who we want, and stand up at a time when others are sitting down.